Nau mai haramai ki titirangi maunga no Tūranga Nui Ākiwa. For me, this job means security. It means I can be home in Tūranga Nui Ākiwa and do the mahi that we do where I grew up. Yeah, it's important mahi for us. It's a healing mahi and it's a spiritual journey also. So the growth has been amazing. You know, a lot of them, they've come out of their shell, they're talking a lot more, they're more interested in the mahi and how much more we could do. They're adding in their input and they're interested in the future of this maunga.
We went from a small business to taking on an extra 10 overnight. It was quite daunting at the time. Lots of ways it has grown in a good way. Just the people we've met, the networks we've made throughout this journey. We don't call them employees, we call them our whānau really, because they're an extended part of our family. We look after them and they'll look after us.
Before COVID I was picking kiwi fruit. Yeah, I just come back from Australia around about this time last year, and then COVID rocked around the corner, and then after lockdown I ended up with Hoppe and Tony, sadly out here in Wairere on Eastland Cheeky. I really love, it's like meeting a whole new family and it's been cool.
With the program starting in March this year, we saw 236 of our local talent move into jobs that were an identified shortage in region. So there was an immediate benefit to the region in having our local talent fill these jobs. But more importantly, the skills and training that we were able to pass on to those people in those roles has been a real benefit, both to them and their future employability. Across the 5 projects within the program, there were 47 businesses that took part, and one of the real benefits of them participating in the program was seeing them grow and develop as a result of bringing this new talent into their business. And that was a real impact. It had its challenges. We were wanting the program to go from start to active participating in a very short time, and that put a lot of pressure on people. But it was fantastic to see the way our businesses stepped up.
This is the most beautiful office I've ever worked in. There's many jobs you just don't find any work satisfaction. There's always something bringing you down. But here, the place looks very beautiful and people walk past and they see the work that's done and it just makes them happy, which makes us happy. And like I said, it's a job satisfaction. And making things look beautiful is what I like to do.
It's my passion. It's not easy to find work in conservation, and especially with employers like Ngāti Oneone, I feel like that's been pretty special working for them. Yeah, I think it's meant a lot that we're able to keep going, actually get some real work done up here. You know, the longer you work here, you invest a lot of yourself into this mountain, you know, you put a lot of time and effort in. There's literally my blood and my sweat and my tears in this mountain. Is my DNA in the soil here now.
So this program for us has been a huge success. We made a particular attention to bring in a project team that was going to work really well with bringing candidates on board that were struggling for employment and really wrap the support around them in conjunction with the employers to take them on and to deliver the piece of work.
The redeployment programs benefit in a number of ways. First and foremost is the opportunity for 236 odd people to get opportunities to get into employment or back into employment, and that's just incredibly awesome. You know, in the COVID period where we probably had up to 900 people come out of employment as an immediate result of COVID. Secondly, the acceleration of the partnerships that were already forming around workforce development in the region. We already had identified as a region a huge employment opportunity coming up across a number of sectors associated with investment in horticulture, for example. We were aware that we had a large talent pool of our predominantly young people who weren't in the employment or education space currently. So the opportunity to accelerate the work there and test a pilot program as to how we as a region are actually going to join up the employment opportunities with the talent, that was a really important outcome, I think, of this program.
So before coming to Ābake through this project and that, I hadn't been working for roughly 6 weeks. You know, it was a bit of a struggle to make ends meet and whatnot. It was tough for those few weeks, but now I've been back into the workforce with Ābake and they've offered me a full-time contract through them and to like upskill in different areas. It's awesome, it's exactly what I need and I'm appreciative of the company giving me the opportunity.
So the
pastoral care role involves getting to know our participants. So we've worked with up to 280 people, and so with them we kind of get to know them, connect with them, one-on-ones, how to tailor the specific support that they need. So it's really about tailoring it to the person and what they require. Some definitely need a bit more support than others, but we're definitely there to support them if they need.
For me, it's been watching how we've sort of evolved pretty quickly and managed to scramble and get the initiative of using the firewood and seeing what we're going to do with it. We've all managed to pull together, and there's been some great community outcomes. The firewood's been great. It's been able to take it to these processing sites, use it as a training ground for these guys, and then being able to have it delivered to kaumātua in areas where they have little access or struggle to get firewood, so it's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to be able to learn other things every single day, different things. Still bouncing around all the departments, which I sort of enjoy, so I get to pick up a little bit of something from everyone. Just a lot of people out there struggling and finding it real hard to get employment too, so I'm pretty privileged to be able to jump on and get a spot here at FH. Yeah, it's awesome, really.
I'm extremely proud of my team. You know, we essentially had 9 days to pull together a program of work where we could support our region, and working with the Ministry of Social Development, with our iwi partners, with the Provincial Development Unit, we were able to put a case, and that case was supported by government. You know, I cannot thank enough the people that have been involved along the way to make this happen. Yeah, I absolutely believe that this is the way that we need to be heading. Part of what we found is that we were building the airplane as we were flying it, and we've managed to capture a lot of that and the stories and the benefits as we've gone through, so that other councils across New Zealand can use this in partnership with others, like in partnership with iwi and other central government agencies.
Through the TRP program, we took on 20 MSD staff, which is an almighty challenge. I remember waking up at 2 AM in the morning going, holy hell, how are we going to do this? I definitely have to admit that I was sceptical to start with, but going through the process, I think it's bloody fantastic.
The best thing for me, I'd say, was all the skills that I've developed and the skills that I've gotten from this working, and more tickets, so that's just more notches under my belt, so that's always good.
I have learned how to use the chainsaw, how to operate it, clean it, maintain. I've learned how to drive the JCB.
The restoration project, I think it's successful because it's on a marae. So all the things that you think a marae should have, we have, and it's not unlike any other marae. Trainees, when they first came in their 12 weeks, most of them hadn't been to a marae. So we had to get that right first so that they knew to what marae pa life is about. So they firmly have a po planted in this ground here, which gives them a sense of belonging, and with that sense of belonging becomes a sense of responsibility, and it's just extended to the world around them.
I work on Te Tirangi Maunga. We're restoring the land. I love planting our natives, but my favourite part of my job is scrub burring. We've been learning te reo. We've got our Grow Safe certificate, TC, traffic controlling tickets. Most of us have gotten our licences since being here. I love it.
At the end of the day, this was about people. This was about supporting people who had lost their jobs to gain other employment. And this was about, as regional partners, all of us coming together to see what we could do to help other people. You know, I think about some of the key areas. Our first priority was that recruitment. How do you say yes to talent in Tairawhiti? How do we recognise and grow the talent that we have? So we've had some amazing results. We couldn't have done this alone. You know, our partners, EIT, Tūranga, Araro, government, both central and local, and employers themselves, we all, I think, understood our contribution and valued that contribution from each other.